Hello, team. Welcome to another team training. I have a special guest with me today. I've got Rachel Snyder with me.
Hey.
Hi, Rachel.
Hey.
We're so excited to talk to you guys because Rachel and I both were able to go to the Gemstone strategy meeting last month with that Color Street did for all the gemstones, and I think it was national and above. And Rachel is one of my personally enrolled girls, and she is a Sapphire National. And so it was really fun to go together and represent Team Nailed It. And we just really, first of all, I wasn't even going to be able to go because it was my son's birthday, but I was like, you know what? No, this is really, really important. And so I made it happen. And I'm so glad I did, because she and I walked away with so much hope and excitement for the future of Color Street. And that's what we want to talk to you guys about today. So, one of the things that we really went to represent you guys, both Rachel and I asked our top leaders like what some of their questions and concerns were with Color Street, and we went with those things. We went with a big old list. We wanted to talk to corporate about those things, about your concerns, your questions, and it was really cool. I don't know if you felt this way, Rachel, but it was just so cool when Angie was like, hey, you guys, we're kind of going to do this different. She's like, we really just want to work like arm in arm with you guys and make this like yours, and make it a really like 50-50 team effort. And so I like that just like gave me chills. I just felt so heard and so represented when she said that. And like it was so cool because it felt very different. Don't you agree, Rachel?
I absolutely agree. It was probably the most cohesive meeting that we've ever had, at least in a long time with home office. It just felt so inspiring to be heard and to know that they're really ready for a change, and they're really ready for the leaders and the field staff to really be a part of decision making and moving forward. So that's how I walked away with it. I felt so inspired and so excited just that we got to share our concerns. And I mean, we had solutions before we even left, truly.
Yeah. And it was so great because there were things that, corporate didn't know about that we, shared with them. And there were things we didn't know about because there's always like behind the scenes of the business. And, so we signed an NED or not an NDA.
Yeah.
So there's like, we can't, share all the details, but I did email Lisa and Angie and ask them, what I could share to, share with you guys to get you excited. So we're going to jump into that. But I just loved that, like, it just had a different vibe because I felt like it wasn't like, here's a presentation of what we're doing, deal with it. It was like, here's kind of what we're thinking. What do you guys think? And so it was very, like I said, 50-50, which I loved.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah. And we just felt like both Rachel and I, like afterwards, we were like, how are you feeling? And she was like, I feel amazing. And I was like, I do too. Like, we just felt so confident about the business. So, I'm going to share some of my, biggest takeaways, and then I'm going to let Rachel share some of hers. And then we're going to talk about some of the future things that you can get excited about. So, last year was really hard. We like, it was hard for me. It was hard for Rachel. I know it was hard for so many of you. It was hard for corporate. But not only that, it was hard all around for like businesses in general. I'm in like this DM group on Instagram with a bunch of entrepreneurs that are in different direct sales companies or just like run boutiques or run, they're influencers or whatever. And we had this chat at the beginning of 2023 and everyone was like, dude, 2022 was hard. And like, that was, I don't know, almost like relieving to be like, okay, it's not just Color Street, like so many businesses, so many influencers were struggling in 2022. And so Color Street, is experiencing what other companies have gone through. But I just love that they are staying strong, they're staying hopeful, and they're doing everything they can to make it better. And so one of the biggest takeaways, Mr. Park talked to us first, and he talked about longevity and how he's working so hard to make this company, like, he's playing the long game to make this company last for decades to come. And like, this is his baby. He wants his kids to inherit this. So Color Street is not going anywhere. And he's doing everything he can to make this, like, a very long lasting business. And also he, just his example, something that stood out to me was just like his example of longevity, like that he has stayed so consistent and like pushed through the hard. I mean, you guys, he's been doing this for 30 years before he ever started the direct sales version of it. And there were probably many times, many seasons in his career where he probably felt like quitting. There were probably many times where he was like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. I don't know the solution to this, but he was like consistent and he was committed, and he was confident. I think those 3 C's are something that we need to have success. It's something I've seen in my 21 years of being an entrepreneur, that it's a pattern I've seen in the most successful entrepreneurs, and that is being consistent, being committed. And I just think that he's such a good example of that. And he's still continuing to find ways to, to make Color Street freaking amazing. And we'll share some of those things with you. But I just thought that was, I talked to my kids about that too. I'm like, you're playing the long game. Like, don't do what all the other teens or young adults are doing. Like, they're thinking short term, but you're doing the things that will bring you success and happiness, 5-10 years down the road as well. So, and I think that's what we need to do as stylists, is like play the long game, because I will tell you this, as an Enneagram 7, as a yellow personality who loves fun and novelty, it is easy to be distracted by like the shiny objects, by the next big thing, the next new business or whatever. But here's the thing, is the grass is always greener on the other side, but you still have to mow it. And so I think I'm so grateful that I've like stuck with Color Street, because it still excites me to this day. I still freaking love working on it. But there've been seasons where I've, been burnt out or been in a funk, and that's part of entrepreneurship. It's the entrepreneur roller coaster, you guys. And before I even did Color Street, I did photography, and it's not an elevator. It's not like this straight line to the top. It is a roller coaster. There's ups and downs, but roller coasters are fun. So that was probably one of my biggest takeaways. Rachel, what were some of yours?
Some of my biggest takeaways, I think, were well, I want to kind of drop down to one of the bullets, because this was one of my biggest takeaways, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, go for it.
The focus groups really are exciting to me. We have several people on our team who nailed it from Real Deal that are on these focus groups, and that made me really excited also. That we're going to have these voices ongoing, not just that the Gemstones got to go on a trip and have their voice heard one time. These focus groups going forward are going to be our voices heard over and over and over consistently. So that was something that just absolutely just rocked my world. I was super excited to walk away from that, yes. Knowing who's on what focus group, and there's just so many good things coming and exciting things coming that I know that was just my favorite thing. Just knowing that we get to be a voice and be heard consistently.
Yeah. And they chose, they weren't just picking like their favorites or anything. They were picking people who were top recruiters, top sellers, like big party, big partiers. And so they did it based on statistics. And so these are like the top of the top that are in these focus groups that are going to be representing you with corporate. So again, I just love that corporate was like, we hear you and we want to work with you now. And And so it's really exciting that they're doing that.
Kelly, which group are you on?
I am on the recruiting.
Oh, shocker. That's right up your alley.
Yeah. Which one are you on?
I'm on hosting and parties.
Yay. And we have so
Yes.
many others from Team Nailed It and
Mhm.
Team, is it Real Deal?
Mhm.
Yeah, Team Real Deal that that we're so excited they're representing our company. So super exciting stuff. But okay, here's a couple other things. Here's some of the things that Lisa and Angie said we could disclose to you guys. I mean, first of all, I was so happy about Jamaica. Like, I was so happy that they allowed it to be, that they changed it how they did, so that it was just like anyone who earned the points, no matter how you earned them, could go. And so that was really exciting to me. And so I'm pushing really hard. I haven't earned it yet. I only have 29 points. So I still have like 16 points left, but I'm pushing really hard because I want to be there with you guys. And so that was super exciting. And what else? I'll let you go next.
Oh, so we have, sorry, I'm in my screen, my notes. Let's see. So since the change of the compensation plan on the 10th, enrolling has gone like up. Averaged 40 a day in January, and we're seeing an average of 70 a day just in the first 5 days of February. So that's super exciting that our enrollment is like nearly doubled just since last month per day. So from 40 a day to 70 a day, and we're just in the beginning of February. So this $79 kit is insane, you guys. So another takeaway from this is that they showed us a graph at Gemstones that shared that last July was our highest enrollment month, and we had the $79 kit, I believe, in that same month. So that goes to show that the value that they are giving us for this kit this month is insane. So if someone is really serious about building their business and making money right off the bat, this is the month to do it, because $79 for $400 worth of product to get somebody started in their business is insane.
Yeah, I agree. And like, it's so exciting to see all these new stylists coming in. I think this is one of the things that we need to focus on more, is like recruiting and bringing these new stylists, because you guys, when you have a new stylist coming in, they're so excited, and that excitement like has a ripple effect. It's kind of like, I think it's why we have children too. It's like, we kind of get certain things are like we take for granted, and then when you have a kid and they're like, oh my gosh, like they get so excited about like a holiday or little things, and you're like, oh yeah, this is really cool. Like, we forget the magic in in some of the things that we are used to. And when we have these new stylists coming in and they're so excited and they're ready and willing to try new things, it's like, oh yeah, like this, I forgot about that fun thing or that fun thing. So these new stylists, this new blood is like bringing life to our business. And that's why it's, we need to continue to, I'm telling you, if you recruit someone, and even if you're like, I don't know how to get them going, like, you'll find a way, because you recruited someone and you're going to find a way to help them get results, especially if you're working towards Jamaica, which I am. And it's like giving me new life to help them. So yeah, take advantage of that $79 kit. We only have 3 weeks left in February. I just looked at the calendar. I was like, what? It's a short month, y'all. So get to working on that. Plus the subscription boxes, guys, are huge. I cannot emphasize them enough. And they were saying that, they're going to be enhancing reports on that. They're going to be doing media pickups, and giving us more marketing tools to promote the subscription boxes. So that's really exciting. I just think we have not even tapped into the magic of the subscription boxes. Yeah. And that's something I'm going to be focusing on with my new stylist too. And then I'll let you go next.
Oh, sorry. I got to get my screen back. Okay. So then they wanted us to let you guys know about a lot of website enhancements are going to be coming. That's going to make customer shopping your experience like so much easier and so much more enjoyable. It's going to include an upselling capability. So you know how like when you go to a website and you click on an item and then you scroll down a little bit and it says might pair well with, or others frequently bought X, Y, and Z with this product. It's going to kind of have that upselling capability. So that was another thing that really excited me. I love that.
That's going to be huge because it's going to make our job easier. Like
Yes.
they're already on the site and then they're going to be like, oh,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, yeah, super stoked about that. And we even gave them a couple more suggestions regarding that since we are professional shoppers.
Yeah.
Like Rachel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There's also a bunch of things they'll be sharing at the Leader Summit. So if you're a leader and you qualified, I hope you come to that. You can come to that because that's going to be really exciting. One of the biggest things Rachel and I got stoked about. I didn't really talk to you about this, Rachel, but I was pumped about the makeup that's coming.
Yeah.
We even got a little black bag with a sneak peek of some of the makeup and including we're wearing Heartthrob. So I'm wearing Heartthrob right now. Rachel's wearing it. It looks totally different on us.
I know.
Which is so funny, but that's what is magical about the makeup. It's just looks different on everyone. But I am stoked about the makeup. Like there are people who have tried the nails, or maybe they just like the nails aren't their thing, but they're intrigued by the makeup. And so the makeup is just another way. It's our perfect target audience to get more customers interested and trying new things. So we cannot wait for you guys. We got to touch and feel some of the makeup that is launching this year, and there's going to be a lot of it. And it's really, really exciting. So I'm very, very stoked about that.
Me too.
Because guys, makeup is so fun. I was just talking to my daughter about this. I'm like, makeup is so fun to just try and play around with. And if we have that excitement and that, mindset of sharing that, I think that it's just going to have that ripple effect with our customers. So makeup got me super pumped.
Me too.
What else do you want? I'll let you go next.
I'm trying to think. Like I said, there was just so much information and so much camaraderie that I don't know. I just again walked away so inspired, and I'm trying to. It was almost like overload. Like
It was.
I had to really come back from the meeting and really process everything that we talked about, and everything that all the new and inspiring ideas that came from the other leaders and their teams. And that's another thing. A lot of the gemstones now, we have a chat going, and we're really like talking and kind of working together on making things better for you guys too, not just from home office, but from other top leaders in the company. And I really like that too. I think that goes a long way in having a very cohesive company and team. So I really appreciated the friendships and the networking that we got to do with other top leaders in the company, and not just me and Kelly as your leaders, but we're sharing ideas and we're getting ideas from other people. One of the things was the working hour. I know Kelly was really inspired by that too. I talked to my executives about that a little bit when we got back, but just incorporating different kinds of trainings and more hands-on training where we're actually working and doing things together during a live Zoom or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So before I touch on that, I want to talk about I was in my previous direct sales company that Rachel and I were actually in together. That did not exist. Like top leaders did not work together. They were enemies. They were not friends. And like from different teams. But that's one of the things I love about Color Street. We really do have something special in that like all the top leaders are like working together. We're friends. There's not this weird animosity, and we're all trying to help each other out. It
Yeah.
really is like we are united. So that is very cool and very unique to Color Street. And then the other thing that I'm so pumped about, you guys, I think this is going to be a game changer for our team. And something that I was, one of the girls talked about doing this, this live power hour. And then after she shared it, I said to the whole group, I was like, you guys, we need to do more of this as leaders and as a company where we are just working together on these live working hours to like recruit, to sell subscriptions, to sell nails, to do the work. It's so much more fun when we're doing it together. So like, this is something I'm so excited to announce to you guys, is that in February, or starting this month, actually I started one last month, but starting this month, I'm going to be doing trainings on Tuesdays and then working hours every Thursday. And they'll probably be at night because a lot of ladies have like day jobs or busy with kids or whatever. So it'll probably be Thursday nights. You can hop on live with myself and other ladies in our team and work with me. And there will be a different theme each week. Maybe it'll be recruiting, maybe it will be getting subscription boxes, maybe it will be booking parties. Maybe it will be, I can't remember my little list, but we're going to be working together to do the work because it's way more fun that way. And I'm all about the fun. So get excited about that. I'm stoked about it because it's going to hold all of us accountable to like show up and do the work. And I think that is, that's the hard part. Sometimes like mentally, I'm like, I don't want to work. I just want to like, I just get busy with motherhood and everything. And then when I get in here and I get my butt in the seat and I start working, I'm like, this is so fun. And it's just like such a fun outlet for me. And I think that's what we need to focus more on, is getting our butts in seats and like doing the work. But we're going to do it together because it's just, we're better together.
No, I agree with that. And I talked to my leaders about that too when we got back. And it's like, I've had my ups and downs with the business too, and ebbs and flows, and that's typical of entrepreneurship, like you were saying. But it's like when I do finally get focused and I set aside everything else, that all the other tabs in my head that are open, and I really sit down and I focus on the Color Street business and the excitement that is coming, it drives me to work harder. And I have to hold myself accountable for those things too, to know that I'm not necessarily reaching out for parties. I'm not doing the things that I need to be doing that work, when you do them. And just really being intentional and purposeful about the time set aside to do those things, because that makes a huge difference.
Yeah. And I've got some fun things in the works of like new ways to, onboard and new ways to sell. So I am working on some new things, and that's what's fun about your business is you can is just trying new things, just like trying new makeup is so fun for me. Trying new things of like, does this work? Does this work? And not taking it personally. Okay. A couple other things I want to cover before we wrap it up is like, they are going to be also doing like paid media and then branding. They are really focusing on like creating this new brand that is just going to be great for enrolling, helping us sell more product. I'm stoked to see what they come up with because Orly has killer taste. So sure. And a ton of expertise in that area. So I'm really excited to see what, this branding will be. And then a lot of nail innovation, including like that, the new, 1200 DPI printing press. They showed us that we actually got to touch and feel like the new, how they're going to be, it's not going to have the lines in it like it used to. It's going to be very like, just have a smooth look to a lot of the prints and designs. So they're just working on every category, improving every category within the business. And then just more things that I'm pumped about is, you guys, the lower PV the lower GV, the new rank titles. Like I'm already seeing people in the virtual office, like getting these awesome rank titles. And then Germany in April. I mean, just there's so many exciting things coming. So I think it's important that we remember like our why. Why did you start? And if your why will evolve. So why are you going to keep going? Like remembering why you started, because it's so easy to forget why we joined in the first place, you know? As with anything, like even when you start like a fitness program or whatever, you're like, okay, this is my why. And then life happens. And then you're like, just kidding, this is too hard. But it's like, if you are committed, if you are consistent, if you are confident, you will get results, you will have success. And it's not going to be that elevator. It's going to be the roller coaster, the ups and downs. But it will pay off. I do believe that. Any last thoughts, Rachel?
Yeah, one of the things that Orly shared was a stat that I think everybody found astonishing. And I think this is an important statistic to carry around with you when you're sharing the opportunity and you're sharing the business and you're remembering your why is still to this day, only 35% have heard of Color Street. Like 35%. Like
Yeah.
It's insanity. Like we are still... there's just still so much room to grow.
Yes.
Right. So we have
true.
to remember that, you know, you may have been here for 5 years like Kelly and I, or you may have been here for 5 days. There is still so much opportunity for this business going forward. So just don't forget that. Like Kelly said, you know, there's this sparkly thing over here and there's this sparkly thing over here. But think about your product. Think about the uniqueness of your product. Still to this day, it's better than it was from day one, and it's only getting better. So just remember that when you're sharing the opportunity that, you know, you may think everybody knows what Color Street is, and they absolutely don't. So anyways, that's a little tidbit that I wanted to throw in there because that was exciting to me.
I love that. I love that. And we all went around and shared like our favorite thing about Color Street. And one of the ladies said, I still love seeing that mind-blowing moment when you put a nail set on, like a sample on someone's finger and they're like, what just happened? You know?
It still blows people away, even to this day. Like when I travel, I always take them with me to the airport and I always do my nails when I'm either at the airport or on the plane or whatever. And I get looks like, what are you doing? Like, what is this that you're doing? What is it? And it's just such an opportunity to spark a conversation too. Like, don't forget to go out and do your nails somewhere. It's such an easy product to carry and advertise.
It's true. And even for our customers that maybe people that are like, okay, I'm not interested in nails, they might be interested in the makeup. They're like, I have a lot of people that are like asking me about the lipsticks that have never tried the nails. So it's like, even if the nails, even if they've heard of the nails and it was like, meh, they might be very intrigued by the makeup. And we have so much coming, much good makeup coming. So get excited, you guys. And just know that you're in good hands with Rachel and I representing you, and with Color Street doing everything they can to make this better. And the future is very bright. So go out and have some fun with it. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.